Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. I'm Ria, and today we're talking about something that most people feel, but almost nobody talks about. Silent pain. You know, that kind of pain that doesn't show on your face. That pain you carry while smiling, while laughing, while saying, I'm fine. And today, I'm here with Ethan.
Hey, I'm really glad to be here. And yeah, this topic, it's real. It hits deeper than we admit.
Ethan, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're hurting, but you can't explain it to anyone?
Yeah, more times than I can count. It's like everything looks okay from the outside. You're functioning, you're talking, you're even laughing sometimes. But inside, it feels heavy, like something is sitting on your chest, and you don't even know how to describe it.
Exactly. And the worst part is, when people ask, are you okay? You just say, yeah, I'm fine. Not because you are, but because explaining feels impossible.
Or maybe you feel like they won't understand, or you don't want to burden them. So you just keep it inside.
And slowly, that keeping it inside becomes a habit. You stop sharing. You stop expressing. You just feel everything alone.
You know what's scary? After a while, you don't even realize how much you're holding in. It becomes normal.
That's so true. Silent pain doesn't come with noise. It doesn't scream. It just stays, quietly, constantly. I think one reason we hide our pain is because we think it's not big enough to talk about. Like, others have it worse, so I shouldn't complain.
Yeah, we invalidate our own feelings. Just because someone else is drowning doesn't mean you're not struggling to breathe. Pain isn't a competition.
Wow, that line, pain isn't a competition, I think a lot of people needed to hear that.
And you know, sometimes the strongest people are the ones carrying the most silent pain because they've learned how to hide it so well.
Yeah, they're the ones who make everyone laugh, who check on others, who say, I'm always here for you. But when it comes to themselves, they stay quiet.
Because no one asks them twice.
That hits. No one asks them twice. Sometimes all it takes is someone asking again, are you really okay?
And actually meaning it.
Let's talk about overthinking for a second, because silent pain and overthinking, they go hand in hand.
Oh, 100%. When you don't express your feelings, they don't disappear. They turn into thoughts. And those thoughts don't stay quiet.
They get louder at night.
Exactly. When everything is silent, your mind isn't.
You replay conversations, you question yourself, you feel things more deeply than you want to, and sometimes you create scenarios that hurt you even more.
That's the thing about silent pain. It doesn't just stay the same. It grows.
Unless you let it out. But that's the hardest part, right? Opening up.
Yeah, because it makes you vulnerable, and vulnerability is scary.
But also necessary.
Exactly, because the moment you start expressing, you realize you're not as alone as you thought.
If you're listening right now and you feel this, I just want you to know you don't have to carry everything alone.
Talk to someone, even if it's just one person, even if it's just a small part of what you feel.
And if you don't have someone, start with yourself. Write it down. Speak it out. Don't keep it locked inside.
Because your feelings matter, even the ones you think are small.
And your pain is valid, even if no one else sees it.
Before we end, I want you to take a moment and ask yourself honestly, how are you, really?
And whatever the answer is, don't ignore it.
We'll be here, talking about the things we usually don't say out loud.
Because sometimes that's exactly what we need.
Take care of yourself, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Music fades out. Before the break, we talked about silent pain, but I feel like there's still so much left unsaid. Because honestly, silent pain isn't just one feeling, it's layers.
Yeah,
It's not just sadness. Sometimes it's confusion. Sometimes it's emptiness. And sometimes it's nothing at all.
That nothing feeling, I think that's the scariest. Because when you're sad, at least you feel something. But when you feel nothing, it's like you're disconnected from yourself.
Exactly. You wake up, go through your day, talk to people, but inside it feels like you're just existing, not living.
And no one notices, because from the outside, everything looks normal.
That's the dangerous part. Silent pain hides behind normal behavior.
Let's talk about something people don't say often. Sometimes silent pain comes from expectations.
Yeah, expectations from family, from society, and the worst one, expectations from yourself.
That pressure to always be better, to not fail, to not disappoint.
And when you feel like you're not enough, you don't always say it out loud. You just carry it.
I'm not enough. That thought alone can create so much silent pain.
And the worst part is, people around you might even praise you, but you still don't believe it.
Because the battle isn't outside, it's inside your mind.
Exactly.
You know, another form of silent pain is pretending to be okay for others.
Yeah, like when you don't want to ruin the mood, so you smile even when you don't feel like it.
Or when someone else is going through something, so you ignore your own feelings to support them.
And slowly you forget how to prioritize yourself.
That's so real. We become so used to being strong for others that we don't know how to be honest about our own struggles.
And then people start seeing you as the strong one.
And once you're labeled as strong, no one checks if you're tired of being strong.
Let me ask you something, Ria. Do you think people are afraid of their own emotions?
I think yes, because emotions make us feel out of control.
And we live in a world where everyone wants control.
Exactly. So instead of feeling, we distract ourselves. Phones, social media, work, anything.
But distraction doesn't heal pain. It just delays it.
And delayed pain comes back stronger.
Always.
Small pause, soft music resumes. You know what hurts the most? When you finally decide to open up and the other person doesn't understand.
Yeah, that makes you feel like maybe I should have just stayed quiet.
And that's how silent pain becomes even more silent.
That's why it's important to find the right people, not just any people.
People who listen, not just hear.
People who don't try to fix you immediately, but just sit with you.
Because sometimes you don't need solutions, you just need presence.
Exactly.
Let's talk about healing, because even silent pain deserves healing.
Yeah, and healing doesn't mean the pain disappears overnight.
It means you learn how to understand it.
And slowly, it stops controlling you.
One small step could be acknowledging your feelings.
Not ignoring them, not pushing them away, just saying, okay, this is how I feel.
Another step is expressing, in any way.
Talking, writing, even crying.
Crying doesn't make you weak, it makes you human.
And holding everything inside doesn't make you strong. It just makes things heavier.
Also, give yourself permission to rest.
Yeah, not every day has to be productive.
Sometimes surviving the day is enough.
And that's okay.
Another important thing, stop being so hard on yourself.
You wouldn't talk to a friend the way you talk to yourself sometimes.
So why do that to yourself?
You deserve the same kindness, the same patience.
And the same understanding. Pause. Soft, emotional silence. If someone listening right now feels like no one understands me,
I want you to know there are people who will.
you just haven't met all of them yet.
And until then, don't give up on yourself.
Because your story is still being written.
And this pain is not the end of it.
Music slowly builds towards emotional closure. Before we wrap up, let's leave listeners with something real.
Okay, if you're hiding your pain right now, ask yourself, why?
Is it fear? Is it trust issues, or is it because you think you have to handle everything alone?
And whatever the answer is, start changing it slowly.
You don't have to open up to everyone, but don't close yourself to everyone either.
That balance is important.
And remember, you are allowed to feel.
You are allowed to break down.
You are allowed to ask for help.
And most importantly,
We are both not alone. Long pause, soft music fading. Take care of your heart, even if no one else sees what you're going through.
because what you feel matters.
We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, be kind to yourself.